It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
Yeah. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy PLAX back again with another episode of the 3 on PLAXtv. And this episode, I would like to apologize. I've been doing a lot of apologizing. I would like to apologize to Russell Westbrook because I was one of the people that gave up on you, and I'm sorry for that. I am truly sorry for that. I would like to say really quick, defend myself really quick before I get into the more of the apology. When Russ went to the Lakers, first went to the Lakers, I was like, oh shit, this is about to be crazy. And some of my other friends kind of disagreed with me because they was like, well, Russ and Bron probably not going to work because Russ can't shoot really. And Bron needs guys around him that can knock down open shots and stuff like that. And Russ need the ball in his hand. So does Bron. Bron doesn't need the ball in his hand, but he operates with the ball in his hand. And I understood that, but I was like, nah, that's Russell Westbrook though, bro. That's Mr. Triple-Double. Like, I believe in him. And he didn't play well. He played horrible, to be honest. He was getting a lot of turnovers. He was missing a lot of shots, shooting bad percentages, making questionable decisions. But at the same time, what I think people didn't understand was it didn't work, and my friends were right. It didn't work because Bron does need shooters around him to operate. They don't got to be the greatest shooters, but you got to be able to knock open shots down. Russ can, because he's proven that in the past. He can, but that's not his game, and he can't do it on a consistent basis. He's not a shooter. That's not the way he plays. That's not the way he plays. So pairing him up with Bron and expecting something other than what Russell Westbrook has been was kind of crazy. And that's more so on the Lakers' part. And my part too, because I thought it would work. I did think it would work, but I was wrong. But on the Lakers' part, just putting names on paper that sound good, it works sometimes, maybe even more times than not. But it don't work every time. Just because you got a bunch of superstar names on a piece of paper doesn't mean you're going to be successful or have success in the season or in the playoffs or anything like that. And I think the Lakers organization didn't realize that. I don't know if that was Rob Pelinka. I don't know if that was Bron who went out and got Russ. Whoever did, I don't know if it was a group effort, but whoever went out and decided that probably didn't have that in mind because Russ is just not a shooter. He can be when he's hot and when he's really going, he can be. He's proven that before. But on a regular day-to-day basis, you can't count on Russ to be standing in the corner just shooting threes and making them. That's probably not going to happen on a regular, consistent basis. But him going to the Clippers and them letting him be free and play how he plays and not having to, and him having the ball in his hand because Kawhi and PG don't really want to be facilitating. They want to be coming off of screens and setting up plays without the ball, playing off the ball. Putting him in a situation where with superstar guys that like to play off, even though PG didn't get to play, obviously, because he was hurt, but put him in a situation with guys that play off the ball mostly, that can play with the ball but don't need it, was perfect. And Russ showed that. Like he averaged, first of all, before I get to the average, he basically carried the Clippers as far as they possibly could go because PG was out the entire series against Phoenix. He basically carried the Clippers as far as they could go. They only won one game, but he was the best player on the Clippers. PG obviously couldn't play because he was hurt, and that's what it is. That's a conversation for a different video. Kawhi was there and Kawhi played well, but Kawhi also got hurt and was out for a game, maybe even two. And they lost the series. They lost 4-1. But Russ averaged almost 25 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. And he led the team in points, rebounds, and assists. Blocks and steals too, I think. I think blocks and steals too. He was the best defender. He was the best on the offensive side. He was the primary ball handler. And he took it to Phoenix. I think it was a sequence where like everybody he checked Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, and when he was checking them collectively, they shot 25% from the field. And I think that's just I think as basketball fans and just society in general, but I think as basketball fans we tend to just put tags and labels on people like, oh, he's washed, he's done. Oh, he's a bum. Oh, he can't shoot. He can't, he's nothing. But culture matters. Where you are matters. Do you fit in this team? All that stuff matters. Because Russ on the Clippers seems like it works. I feel like you could argue if PG and Kawhi was healthy, they could have probably won that series because Russ was playing like Russ, like MVP, maybe not MVP, but at least all-star level Russ. You add Paul George, a healthy Paul George and a healthy Kawhi Leonard into that, along with the supporting cast that they have. And, I mean, that's formidable for Phoenix. I think they beat them, especially a Phoenix team that just got together. Like a brand new Phoenix team. They just added KD. Well, it's not brand new. They just added KD into it. But I feel like that would have been a better series. It would have at least went to 7 games, maybe 6. My personal opinion, because Russ was playing amazing, man. He was the best defender, the best on the offensive end, ball handler, the leader, really, keeping everybody going. And it was nice to see Russ comfortable. It was nice to see, even though he was still in LA, which was crazy. He's still in LA, but the difference was palpable. Like, he didn't have the same pressure as with the Lakers, with being with Bron and AD. He didn't have people talking shit to him and telling him he was a bum and all that stuff. He was just able to be Russ and play. And he proved in this series that he's not washed, that he's not a bum or anything like that. Should he work on his shooting? Yes. Yes, because that's just what he's getting older. The NBA is a shooting league now. It's been that way for a while since Golden State took over. So he should work on his jump shot. But now with the Clippers, or if he decides to go someplace else in the offseason or whatever, I don't know how his contract is, but now it's not this magnifying glass on him saying, "Oh, you need to fix your jumper right now." He could just be him, play basketball, and be the best possible Russell Westbrook he can be, even though he is getting older. And I just would like to apologize again because during that Lakers run, I gave up on him after a while because I was like, oh, Russ could turn around. He could fix it. People being hard on him. He'll figure it out. He'll start knocking the jumpers down. After a while, I was one of those people. I was like, maybe Russ is done. And I gave up on him. I did. And I shouldn't have. I was wrong. All of us was wrong. And I think not just me. I can't speak for everybody else. But I do think that not just me, but everybody should apologize to Russell Westbrook for the way we treated him. I wasn't as bad as other people, but I did say that he was done. I was like, maybe Russ should hang it up because he's getting all these turnovers. He can't knock down an open shot. It's just not working. Maybe he should hang it up. But he proved to me, and I'm sure he proved to everybody else, that he still got it. It's just where you at matters, especially in this stage of his career. Where you at matters. And he's not no Carmelo Anthony who's just chucking up shots and doesn't do anything. Because Melo, the reason Melo's out is because all he is just a scorer, and that's what he's always been. He used to be a scorer and a rebounder. Now he's really just a scorer. And a little bit of defense that he did play, which was bare minimum, if that, sometimes less than bare minimum, he can't even do that anymore. So it's like, okay, like scoring, we can find a shooter anywhere. You see what I'm saying? Like somebody that can, maybe not that can score at the level of Carmelo Anthony, but we not giving you the ball every play because you old. So like, if you just gonna be a shooter standing in the corner, we get a shooter for cheaper. You see what I'm saying? That's probably gonna play defense too, or get us a couple rebounds or something like that. You on the other hand probably not gonna do that. In Russ's situation, he can do so much. He can play defense, he can rebound, he can facilitate, he can score if need be. Obviously his jump shot, like I just said, ain't the greatest, but he can still score in bunches if you need it, especially if he's hot. And especially if people are focused on the other stars like Kawhi and Paul George, he could definitely get off in those situations. But yeah, this video is just strictly just to apologize to Russell Westbrook, and I hope everybody else apologizes to Russell Westbrook for the slander that he got, the disrespect that he got. This guy is a former MVP. He is Mr. Triple-Double. That used to be Oscar Robertson. It took, like 40, 50 years for somebody else to come and take that title, and that was Russell Westbrook, and we need to show him some respect. And honestly, I partially believe they should blow the Clippers up, but adding Russ, if you can get PG and Kawhi healthy for an entire season, regular season and postseason, I think this team can win a championship if you have Russ, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and the supporting cast that you've had for like Zubac and Reggie Jack, like all those guys. I feel like that Norman Powell, all those guys, I feel like they still have a chance to win, but they got to do something about this health, man. They got to do something about this health because it's just getting depressing kind of, because it's always that, like, besides the 1 year in the bubble where they just kind of just folded and the Nuggets just killed them and they couldn't make shots. I don't know what happened with that. That was just a bad series for them. A pandemic P and all that shit. I don't know what happened with that. But besides that, every other season has been because somebody's out. Somebody got hurt. Paul George is hurt. Kawhi is hurt. They're both hurt. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know what we can do because you can't predict injuries, but like if you could keep them healthy with Russ, a new refreshed Russ, and a comfortable, happy Russell Westbrook, I think they can make a lot of noise, man. I think they could possibly win a championship. But yep, I'm sorry, Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry for giving up on you. I can't say it won't happen again, because if you start regressing again, like if next year it starts and he starts playing like he was playing in LA, then I'd be like, okay, maybe it might be over. maybe the series is just a one-time thing. But for now, I apologize, and I can't wait to see what you and the Clippers, or you just in general, do next. Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys agree with me and see what I mean by like appreciating Russ for who he is and what he's done and what he is doing. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ding that notification bell so you know every time I drop a video. And most of all, YouTube, I love you guys. Peace.
It's the 3 on PLAXtv.